In Florida, in this crowded parking lot, one of the most anticipated festivals in the United States is about to begin. An event that no trucker would miss under any circumstances. The contest for the most beautiful truck of the year.
Welcome to the 75 Chrome Show. Let's go check out some big rigs.
These trucks can be recognized by their wide hoods and chrome exhaust pipes that resemble chimneys and that can carry over 40 tons of cargo. Gary Jones is a truck driver in Minnesota and a shining example in the industry.
How you doing, Preston?
What's up, man?
Man, you're gonna have to give me one.
At 39 years old, he has already won dozens of beauty contests with his flashy trucks. But it doesn't come at a low cost. He spends over $50,000 a year on gas alone, something he doesn't want to go unnoticed.
It says money hole, and this is where you put the fuel in. And it's got dollar signs all around the fuel cap. They love it. They think it's funny because it's true. You spend all your money on it.
It's beautiful. I always see these trucks. They're always beautiful.
Always working, right?
It's working, something on it.
That's right.
This year, Gary came to show off his latest creation, a truck that hasn't yet driven a single kilometer and that cost him almost $300,000, a good part of his savings.
So this is my truck, not Daddy's money. It's my money. This stuff doesn't grow on trees, so you have to sacrifice some things so you can enjoy others. We got white leather seats, stainless dash panels, custom made with etching above all the switches. Roadworks made us that. And yeah, no, it's one off. It's definitely one of a kind. There's not another one in the lot like it.
These pageants fascinate Americans. They come with their families to admire these steel monsters, embellished to the point of excess.
Greenville, South Carolina.
I'm a country girl, so we love trucks. It looks like my truck.
It's a way of life. This is like it's like a cheeseburger. It's American.
Trucks are so central to these truckers' daily lives that some even write songs about them.
Trucks eating chicken, chicken trucking, finger licking, trying to keep it in between the lines.
In the community, everybody knows Tony Justice. Both a truck driver and a country singer, he has become an icon of the movement in the USA. He's become very popular.
Tony Justice is definitely one of my favorite country singers and over-the-road drivers. I listen to it every day, every night, especially lots of the Cowboys.
Yeah.
One of my personal favorites.
Yes, sir. A lot of people say that, so.
His favorite topic to sing about, defending truck driving as a profession, which according to him has never needed so much support.
I get to make music for the hardest working men and women in America that keep this country running, keep our economy running. It's the honor of my lifetime to make music for these guys.
Being a truck driver in the United States seems like more than a job, rather a calling.
His dad, which is my oldest son, and his grandpa, we all drive.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thanks for keeping me running.
Hey,
man.
no problem. It's my pleasure. Thank y'all for supporting it.
A community affected by the uncertainty of new market constraints now has the obligation to reinvent itself. You're guaranteed to cross their path on American highways. The first global superpower has the largest road network on the planet. And to supply its businesses, the country relies on its transport industry and its trucks. Gasoline, agricultural products and everyday objects, over 70% of products are still transported via roads. Thanks to the American drivers nicknamed truckers. There are over 3 million of these professionals who travel the great outdoors. A life synonymous with freedom, but also with hardship. Among them, Gary Jones, the king of trucking competitions, who is also an expert in unusual convoys.
A lot of sacrifices, a lot of long nights, no sleep, busted knuckles, bloody hands.
Or Tony Justice, the country singer trucker, resentful about new regulations that limit daily work hours.
I feel like they rob me of the ability to do my job when I feel best rested and when I feel the conditions are safest for those traveling around me.
The profession is currently going through an unprecedented crisis and is lacking in volunteers to save it. Thus, new and rather unexpected actors have entered the scene. First in line, women, whose number has recently exploded. Like Lydia, a mother who is getting into trucking at the price of many sacrifices.
It is very difficult at the time being to be away. I hope they see why I'm going.
Jet comes from India. There are thousands of Indian drivers who have emigrated to the United States, a minority prepared to do anything to succeed.
Not everybody can afford it. At one point, I worked for like 18 hours every day.
What are the advantages for these new truckers? Will the difficulties of the job get the better of their motivation? In Montana, in the northwest of the United States, an exceptional convoy is being prepared. At the helm, Gary Jones. When he's not participating in truck festivals, Gary has another specialty, transporting oversized equipment.
Ronnie, we got to get the airlines hooked up from the...
Okay, the seaters?
This 15-ton boat is 12 meters long and worth over $1 million. The owner has hired Gary to transport the boat to the other side of the United States, to the East Coast. Risky jobs that Gary never does alone, but with Ronnie, as employee for 15 years.
All right, you got a car in the turn lane, but you should have enough room.
He's clear.
From his car, Ronnie is in constant radio contact with the trucker to anticipate possible problems.
Down on the shoulder, Ronnie, and I got one beside me.
Yeah, I know. After he gets by, I got the left lane.
We're good.
All right.
Gary Jones' goal is to drive 4,000 kilometers in just 5 days, crossing several states including Colorado, Kansas, and Indiana to reach his final destination, Virginia. He's one of the few truckers in the industry capable of such speed.
So the loads that we specialize in are the big, ugly, the things other people don't want to do because there's a lot of pressure, it's stressful, there's a lot more work involved.
To handle these extraordinary convoys, Gary has built a war machine with over 500 horsepower. His signature truck going by the name Excessive Behavior. It's got a 3-foot-long shifter and custom-made equipment.
You've got a speed limit, the tachometer, the motor temperature, the water actually temperature, oil pressure. We've got a TV, well, a tablet, which is a TV and computer, right up here, so if we need the internet or anything, all the chrome and accessories just makes me feel better about my day, driving something that looks cool, and the customers love it. It's just for the job. It gets me more business.
Gary has been driving for only 2 hours on the roads of Montana when suddenly...
We just blew a tire. Tire popped.
The trucker must stop his truck immediately at the first available rest area. While Ronnie deals with the necessary repair, another trucker arrives spontaneously to offer his help to Gary.
Like you do, that's half-inch? All right. Yeah, it's working. You want to put this bar under there? Here, slide your wrench up in there.
No, they say what goes around comes around. You help somebody and somebody will help you.
That's right. The world is round.
Shake right now. Elbow.
Hey, they love it when you hug.
I don't do that right now either, though.
I appreciate it. Thank you for your help.
Take care.
Yes, sir.
Thanks to the help of this fellow trucker, the repair lasted less than 20 minutes.
All right, here we go. We're going to pull up.
But an hour later, the inconceivable happens. Another tire explodes, even destroying the mudguard.
everything's wrapped all around the brake system. We're gonna have to call somebody out on this one. There's no fixing this one. Not quick anyways.
Night falls and the two men find themselves stuck in the countryside. No choice but to sleep by the road.
That's where we'll have to stay. I don't know what else to do. There's nothing out here. That's the week.
A policeman spotted the broken down truck. He's worried about what's next.
What's your plan on who you're gonna call?
I don't even know anybody. We were gonna go back to that last town. There was a truck stop and then just start looking. Yeah, we're gonna leave this sit right here until we get tires figured out. I've got a jack to get this off, so.
Okay.
An extremely complicated first day for the trucker. Yet, this is just a taste of what's to come for Gary in the next few hours. The world of trucks, a world known to be grueling and dangerous. As a result, there are fewer and fewer newcomers. Over the next decade, the American Truckers Association needs to hire 1 million drivers, a call heard by a new audience. Women truckers who fearlessly stand out in a world previously dominated by men. Minimal clothes and suggestive poses, they play upon all the cliches. A hit on social networks. Some have even become celebrities in the field. In Oklahoma, an agricultural state in the south of the United States, an unusual photo shoot. At 28 years old, Lydia, one of the new faces of the trucking world, proudly poses next to her 30-ton truck. As a cowgirl.
Okay, look at me. Smile.
Or in glittery boots and an evening dress. This young American girl wears a lot of different outfits. We are far from her daily life as a truck driver.
Hey guys! I finally broke out my gown that I got to go with my truck for doing a photo shoot today, and I got to wear my boots. I'm so excited. I'm out here with Faith. She showed me some of these on her camera and edited, and they are amazing. I cannot wait to see the results. You guys stay tuned.
Every week, Lydia posts videos of herself on social media. In just a few months, she has already gained over 10,000 followers.
When you do it in something cool, I mean, that's gonna catch attention. I would say that trucking's pretty big on social media. I mean, people who don't drive, people who just are into trucks. I mean, there's hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people on there that follow that kind of stuff.
In the United States, 11% of truckers are now women, an increase of 70% in the past 10 years. What attracts women? No wage discrimination and a job that includes travel. But this comes at the price of exhausting working hours. It's Monday morning in the suburb of Gore. Lydia prepares breakfast with her 9-year-old daughter, Briley.
Are you hungry?
Yep.
Meet her husband, Robbie, a 33-year-old truck driver.
Thank you.
And their son, Gus, 4 years old.
Come on, get up and sit down.
Mom, Dad, I don't get it. What's
A
happening?
classic American family, except it's not only the father who's a trucker, a revolutionary image in this environment where sexist cliches are rife.
You know, where she's not home every day like most women are or whatever, you know. Then does the grocery shopping when she has time, or keeps the house clean. Usually, you know, 90% of the time we still have a home-cooked meal, you know. So it's pretty amazing, really.
You don't want chocolate milk? You want juice? Water?
Excuse me, Mom.
Kisses?
Lydia works for her in-laws' transportation company. She's working on average 3 days a week, so whenever she can, she makes a point of taking her kids to school. In a truck, of course.
All right, let's go. You better be on your best behavior, be nice. Okay?
Okay.
A quick kiss.
You good, okay? Mwah, I love you. You guys have a good day, okay? Aw.
The young woman hits the road to Arkansas, loading up on corn. At the wheel, the former beautician has a surprise. In her hands, a Peterbilt brand truck, one of the jewels of American heavy trucks, a 500 horsepower and 25-meter-long machine.
I am very proud to be a part of the small percentage of Americans that get to drive these big, beautiful trucks like this. I feel not necessarily invincible, but I feel like I'm a lot less likely to get hurt, you know, driving something so big. I feel safe. Yeah, it's a tight turn. We gotta make off this road here.
After 5 hours of driving, Lydia begins to load 10 tons of corn. As usual, there's nobody to welcome her, but Lydia knows exactly what to do.
Perfect.
Less than an hour later, the young woman takes to the road again. She has to deliver the load next morning to another farm. After a long day of traveling alone, Lydia still has over 500 kilometers to go. Tonight, she will have to sleep at this freeway area reserved for truck drivers. The parking lot is full. Lydia feels the weight of her male colleagues' gaze.
Damn it. I don't know if I can, to be honest. That's a fucking tight spot, and I just realized how long my damn trailer is. I never... People watching you and thinking, oh, the girl screwed up, you know? Hey, can I get one shower, please? Oh, yes. Thank you. A clean shower. This is awesome.
The young woman removes her makeup.
I don't like to post, you know, myself in my natural habitat or whatever. This is something very rare for me to ever let anybody see me like this, but...
Women drivers are most likely to get assaulted when at rest areas like these. Nearly 25% of women drivers have been sexually assaulted.
Keep an eye on everything. Just always be aware of your surroundings and always be ready to defend yourself. Whether, I mean, some people might carry a knife or whatever, you know, whatever your choice is to defend somebody. I do recommend, if you're going to be a woman in the trucking industry, to have a way. Taser, anything, you know. Most of the time I do feel safe in a truck stop shower, but some of the shady spots, and you know, when you're real far out, you don't have a choice but to stop at some of those places. Or if you can't find parking, you have to park at those places.
Before going to sleep, Lydia thinks of her children, as being away is a sacrifice that weighs heavy on her mind.
I hope that when they ask me to stay home and I tell them that I really wish that I could, I hope they see why I'm going. But you've got to do what you have to do. It is very difficult at the time being to be away, and I'm so blessed to have the most understanding kids that know why I go to work.
Being away from loved ones, the price that every trucker, man or woman, must be willing to pay. The next morning, at dawn. Before facing her new day of work, Lydia puts on her false eyelashes.
I hear all the time, why do you wear so much makeup? Why do you paint your face to go to work? You know, and comments like that. Why do you care? You know, it's really nobody's business what I decide to do with my face. If it makes me feel good, I'm gonna do it anyway.
Lydia's job also allows her to earn a good living, around $5,000 per month for 3.5 days of work per week. It's 11 a.m. after a 4 hours drive, and Lydia is about to unload the 10 tons of corn into this farm in Arkansas. Quite a workout. We are far from the photo session of the day before.
Right. We're unloaded.
In just a few years, Lydia gained customers like this farmer. He regularly calls on her services.
How are you?
All right.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, get the paperwork?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Here you go.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Perfect.
All right. They're just like us men. They learn and they can do things just as good as us as long as they pay attention, just like us do. Us guys got to pay attention. They'll do just fine.
She's better than some men?
Oh, most definitely. It wasn't very good.
The trucking industry hopes to attract more and more women like Lydia. There are already 400,000 of them. But between exhaustion and isolation, how many will make the change? Back in Montana on Interstate 90.
Is it working at all?
It's 7 a.m. and Gary, the trucker specializing in oversized convoys, is already hard at work on his trailer.
We need to cut this.
Assisted by his employee Ronnie, the trucker works as a mechanic, hacksaw in hand.
Here, Ronnie. We're getting closer there. Try to pull this one. Shit. Now that piece is stuck in the brake system. No, you're right. You ain't.
Gary only has 4 days left to deliver the boat to its owner.
Shit.
His client paid $15,000 all-inclusive for the trucker to complete his mission on time. After 2.5 hours, the brake system is finally repaired.
So it worked. So we're back on the road.
Now it's a race against the clock to deliver on time. By now, Gary should have already crossed the neighboring state.
I'm very nervous. Just because it shouldn't have happened twice. That's ridiculous. So we definitely got to keep an eye on the other 4 tires. It's dangerous. It could go through a car's windshield, you know.
Now there's no question of stopping. This life at 100 kilometers per hour, constantly on the move, Gary's passion.
American food, it's great. It's not the healthiest, but it's good. Look at that. Try a burger. Double burger. Oh, man.
I like waking up in different places and seeing what the world has to offer. We can leave today and be in the mountains, and by tomorrow at lunch, we could be in the flatlands and the prairies of Kansas. And then another day, day and a half, and we could be on the East Coast.
A lifestyle that pays off. As the CEO of his business, Gary owns 8 trucks that tour the country. His annual salary is over $1 million.
We came up from nothing. It's the American dream. Work hard, sleep when you can, which I have. But I put in a lot of sacrifices, a lot of long nights, no sleep, busted knuckles, bloody hands.
Even though Gary has a good income, he could also lose everything with this cursed convoy. The boat he's transporting is estimated to be worth $1 million. Yet he's only insured for $500,000. And fate seems to be against him. A 3rd tire has just burst, never seen before.
I'm so tired of this shit.
This time it's too much. For his safety, Gary wants to change all the tires on the truck. Fortunately, a few kilometers away, there's a garage in the middle of the countryside that can do just that.
Do you have any of them 17.5s? It's a 235/75. I have one if not, but I need 4 of them. So if you got them, I may just have you change all of them. So I can't afford to keep stopping. This is my 3rd stop.
Finally, some good news in the trucker's nightmare of a day. These professionals will be able to install 5 brand new tires on his trailer, all in less than an hour for $1,200.
So are these gonna hold up to that weight, you think?
We ain't had no problems with them.
I feel a lot better having new tires, though, I can tell you that. We should be able to go somewhere now and not break down. We spent more time on the side of the road than we have trucking, and that's not good. Not making money doing that.
Meanwhile, the clock is ticking. Gary now only has 3 days left to drive 3,500 kilometers. On the American roads, an unusual soundtrack is heard playing from some trucks. Jat Prabyot Singh is a Sikh from Punjab, a state in northern India. It's been 8 years since he became a truck driver. While he drives, he watches clips that glorify truckers, even if it's forbidden. Within the Sikh community, there is an old tradition of truck drivers. Since childhood, Jat has worshipped these steel monsters, symbols of power and success.
When I was in school, you know, my teachers, they used to ask like all the students like what they're gonna do in their life, you know. Like a lot of students, they used to say, oh, I'm gonna be a doctor, I'm gonna be a lawyer. When they used to ask me what I'm gonna do, I used to tell them like, I'm gonna go to America and drive a Peterbilt truck there. All the class, like whole class used to laugh at me, and well, here I am, you know, living the dream.
Like Jat, more than 250,000 Punjabis have emigrated to the United States since the 1990s to take up the profession. Their stronghold, Bakersfield, 150 kilometers north of Los Angeles. In recent years, the Californian city has seen a rise in the Sikh community, which has imported its customs, its temples, and its roadside restaurants. In Californian rest areas, there are now dozens of them. Jat likes to meet his Punjabi friends there, who are also in the trucking business. On the lunch menu, typical Indian dishes and conversations that seem to revolve around one topic.
How's the business?
This is good.
Okay. A lot of people getting new trucks?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Sometimes
good.
up, sometimes down. Everything is very good business.
That's good.
These days, trucking is mostly busy.
Because the produce from California has already started. And some of the restaurants are opening after the COVID.
For these professionals, the current success of Indian truckers is easily explained.
They are working hard every day. When you say, hey, I need to drop this load over there, he says, yes. And then say, no, I'm not, I'm tired, you know what I mean? They don't say that.
We are just two hands joining each other. Like American people need us, we need Americans. Like I heard, like every 6 trucks you see on the road is driven by a Punjabi driver. Okay, guys, it was nice meeting you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys again soon. And I just gotta get back to trucking, so I gotta pick up the load. Yeah, hopefully see you soon. Yeah, bye-bye. Yeah.
At Jat's home, before each departure on the road, Jat goes to the temple to pray. For that, he must put on a traditional turban.
We treat our turban as a crown, and we treat everyone like as a king. So everybody is equal in Sikh community. There's no caste system. I think I'm not too bad.
Jat is heading to one of the 4 temples in the city. On a Harley-Davidson, of course. He may feel fully integrated today, but this wasn't always the case. The Sikh community has suffered terrible racist violence. In 2012, an American extremist shot 6 Indians in the middle of a prayer, in a temple like this one.
सतनाम वाहिगुरू सच्चे पातशाह मेहर करो जी चढ़दियां कलां रखें तेरे भाने सरबत दा भला. Still heartbroken because one of my buddy's mom died in that incident, so I'm still heartbroken and I can't say anything about how my friend feels till today. It's been 9 years now, but it's still fresh in the mind.
A tragedy that has not deterred Jat from following his dreams. Quite the contrary. Today, at 30 years old, he already owns his own truck. In the best months, he can earn up to $12,000, but it comes at a cost.
At one point, I worked for like 18 hours every day and 7 days a week. This truck right here is kind of like my big brother, you know. It's taking care of me, I'm taking care of it, and it's like a relationship, you know.
On a huge farm north of Bakersfield, the day's load is a bit unusual. 5,300 pistachio trees are to be transported to the neighboring state of Arizona in less than 12 hours.
But this is my first time picking up pistachios. They need water, they need sun, they need light, they need air. So in the closed trailer, they're not gonna be getting that. So if I don't deliver it in time, like in 8-9 hours, they might die or something, you know. If anything like that happens, regardless, I have insurance, it's gonna be out of my pocket.
A big responsibility, but transporting these precious trees will earn him $1,800 for 2 days of work. A good deal. After a 1,200-kilometer travel into the heart of the American West, the urbanized landscapes of California gradually shift into the arid deserts of Arizona. From behind the windscreen,
Yeah, look outside, there's a big mountain right here. It's magical.
a breathtaking scene. Monument Valley, one of the most famous natural wonders on the planet. 17 kilometers of winding roads in the mythical park of the far west.
Trucking is helping me with that, and visiting places like this, it's like an adventure for me. Maybe one day I can bring all my family here and show them how it is, how beautiful America is.
Jat's eyelids are heavy as the sun sets, the time when accidents are most frequent. Jat decides to spend the night here on this access road in the middle of the desert.
I'm just gonna take a quick nap, and when the sunlight hits me, I'm just gonna wake up and get back to driving because I gotta deliver the load in time.
Truckers are growing in numbers and uniting closer together. The community has even found a rather charismatic spokesman, Tony Justice. His credo is country music.
Where's that going? Okay.
The 50-year-old, a truck driver for over 30 years, is employed by a Minnesota-based transport company. A job that meant he could produce his first 5 albums with success. His song, Last of the Cowboys, has over 6 million downloads.
It's more than just a living, y'all. Hell, it's our way of life. We're the last of the cowboys.
In his video clips, he praises these drivers of the night, symbols of a hard-working and sometimes forgotten America.
Modern day outlaw game. If you're out here riding with me, come on back and make some noise. We're the last of the cowboys.
I mean, there's 360 million people in America. They all have refrigerators that need to have food in them. They all have cars that need to have gas put in them. They all have health issues that they need medicine for, and none of that happens without the men and women that sit behind the steering wheel of these trucks and get it done day in and day out. You know, we wake up every day in a different town, and we put our boots on and we get the job done, and I'm extremely proud to be a part of that brother and sisterhood out here on the highway. No doubt about it.
Amongst truckers, Tony Justice's popularity is only growing. On a highway in Tennessee, we meet a longtime fan.
What's going on, buddy? Well, where you headed to?
Shelbyville, Tennessee.
Shelbyville, Tennessee. Well, you want me to sign it?
Sure, sign
all right.
it. I'll take a second.
Yeah, we'll even do a little picture real quick too. You ready?
Here we go. He's got top shelf music. It's old school music. Music you can understand. He lets people know that it's still more out here. Less regulations, more safety. Yeah, he don't want to give up, just like me. Too old to give up.
Too old.
Too honored.
Well, listen, you be careful getting on up there. Good to see you. Holler at me, all right? See you, buddy.
Tony Justice, an old-school representative who sticks to his traditions against all odds. As today, truckers are in the authorities' crosshairs. The reason is that trucks are dangerous on the roads and are involved in 47% of fatal accidents in the United States. In 2017, the government imposed a technical device to limit driving hours, 14 hours of service maximum, with mandatory breaks every 4 hours.
17 or 18, they implemented the electronic logging devices, which is a computer that's hooked to your truck that tells you when you can and can't drive. I feel like they robbed me of the ability to do my job when I feel best rested and when I feel the conditions are safest for those traveling around me.
An infringement of their precious freedom that truckers won't stand for. To show their opposition to this law, 100 American truckers led by Tony demonstrated in Washington in 2020.
We need common sense behind the wheel, not politics. We didn't get everything we want, but they did listen to us and allow us to stop that 14-hour clock without accounting against our time. It was a learning experience, but I felt like it opened the door to get a lot of the drivers to, stop complaining about the regulations and start actually trying to do something.
Even if he didn't manage to get the measures retracted, Tony is proud to have taken his message all the way to Washington. These professional drivers also encounter some emotional difficulties from spending long days on the road, including loneliness and the pressure of responsibility. Depression is rife. To help truckers deal with the stress, mobile chapels have been set up for over 30 years all along the American highways.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Nice to have you come and visit with us.
It's awesome to be able to come into a place like this. On the road, we get real busy, and sometimes you forget to be thankful for those things. So you pull on these truck stops and see that cross, it joggles you a little bit like, well, you better be saying thanks, for all the blessings.
Well, we're glad to have you come out.
This chaplain has been taking confessions from truckers here for 21 years.
I think I'd rather see different countries. It says, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever."
In recent years, he has noticed an increase in deviance among truckers.
We run into a lot of drugs, a lot of alcohol, even prostitution out there. Yeah, you'd be surprised. I think the two major things we deal with drivers is divorce and suicide.
Yeah.
And we can only lean on the scriptures because, we're not qualified any other way.
Yeah.
We're laymen, so to speak, who serve here.
Yeah.
A lonely life away from home is often difficult for the truckers. Tony has experienced this firsthand.
Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from all evil. Amen.
We are in Missouri, where Tony Justice has lived for 33 years. Today, the trucker has traded in his truck for a pickup to go fishing with his stepfamily.
All right, it's time to get her done.
At 51, he's been married 3 times. This is his daughter Maria, 11 years old, and his grandson Wyatt. Tony is also a 3-time grandfather.
Hold your pole right there, Wyatt. What'd you have?
Free bottle. No, we had.
And as a kid, I guess I never really understood that. But now that I'm an adult and I see, it's like, oh, hey, you're playing a really big part in keeping us supplied with everything we need. And
you're proud of him?
Oh, God, yeah, definitely. Very proud of him. Very, very proud of him.
For Maria, the distance is harder to deal with. Since the divorce, she has been living with her mother.
Here you go, Maria.
The 11-year-old can only see her father at weekends between convoys. Not enough for the teenager.
And I miss him a lot during the week.
Does it make you sad? That makes sense.
I think she needs a piece from her dad. Oh, man.
Are you crying because the camera is hard or because you're talking about this? Girl, ain't you? You ready to catch one?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right, let's do it. Let's get you thrown out there, see if we can catch a big one.
Okay.
It's, like I said, it's a double-edged sword, It's there's good and bad on both sides of everything. Being gone from your family is the bad, and the good is, being able to support them and take them and do things that maybe normally they wouldn't be able to do, and still be able to pay your bills. And to me, it kind of offsets the negative side, for sure.
A complicated family life that requires sacrifice, one of the main reasons for the recent crisis among truckers.
Good cast.
Got it.
Despite this sacrifice, Tony won't change his job for anything in the world. He's on a mission to brighten truckers' lives with his music.
I'm driving in a downpour. There's not a cloud up in the sky. Driving in a downpour over this old windshield drive. One of the coolest compliments that I get through social media and on messaging is a fellow truck driver saying, "Man, I don't think I'd have made it that last 150 miles to my delivery last night if it wasn't for your music." And that's my ACM CMA award. You know, to know my music helps someone get somewhere safely without falling asleep. You know, that's important to me. That's why I make the music. Children of the wind and brothers of the highway. Children of the wind.
Over 3,000 kilometers away, Gary Jones, the oversized convoy specialist, continues his journey across the United States. He only has 2 days left to deliver this $1 million boat. The trucker is in the state of Missouri. He still has 1,500 kilometers to go to Virginia, almost 15 hours of driving. His repeated tire problems have put him way behind schedule.
There's tons of responsibility with the job. Anything and everything that goes wrong reflects back to me. If I'm late, they charge me. Anything goes wrong, they're yelling at us. At the end of the day, everything's on us.
As he travels through West Virginia, a downpour further disrupts the convoy.
I didn't know it was gonna rain like this today.
It is at this very moment that the trailer decides to once again betray him. While trying to stop at a traffic light, Gary notices that the brakes are no longer responding. He nearly crashes.
Oh, what the fuck is going down? I need to check something out. Well, they ain't fucking working. Oh, yeah. That's plenty. Pull the bar down. What the fuck is the problem then?
Staying on the side of the road is too dangerous. We need to get to the next gas station 20 kilometers away. Gary takes the risk of driving with dodgy brakes. This time the trucker can't keep his cool. If he has an accident, his company goes down with him.
I'm not going no further until once I get stopped. I'm telling you right now. I'm not fucking killing myself for his fucking piece of shit boat. $1 million boat I don't give 2 fucks about. I'm not hurting myself doing it.
Gary finally finds the rest stop. No time to wait for a tow truck. He assumes the role of mechanic once again.
Look, and it's dead fucking loose. You could have done it with your finger. So this is our problem. This is an air system over hydraulic. And as you can see, it's completely bone dry. There's no fluid in there. Look down in there, there's nothing at all. That's why we have no brakes. So, piece of shit boat. I've got a piece of shit boat. The fucking pile of shit.
Night falls. The trailer's brakes are finally fixed. But after driving for 14 hours, Gary is not allowed to drive anymore. He has to rest here for 10 hours as the law requires.
Down there.
The next day, 5:30 a.m. The trucker slept badly.
I got woke up last night 3 times by people knocking on my door. Lot lizards. This is the worst area, evidently.
prostitutes. Mouthwash. All right, let's go trucking.
Last day of the convoy, Gary has only 100 kilometers to go and one last difficulty to overcome.
Look at that. That is insane looking. We're going straight down into the ground. It's crazy. Look at that, it goes dips. All right, we've made it through the tunnel.
And the trucker finally reaches the port of Chesapeake on the shores of the Atlantic.
I'm so ready to get rid of this boat. The stress is lifting as we speak.
The owner of the boat is waiting in this warehouse. A timely arrival means a happy customer.
These are the keys to his boat. He can take these keys, stick them up his ass that far. Just kidding. Let's go. How you doing?
Doing good. How you doing?
I'm Gary Jones.
I'm Kurtz Berry.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Nice meeting you.
I believe these are yours?
Yep.
And
He made it without a late penalty. Almost a miracle, considering the amount of issues Gary had to deal with.
So along the way, we had some issues. We blew some tires. We tore up the back of that fender there. This oil hub started leaking along the way. As you can see, we've kept it full of oil. Every tire on here is brand new that you have now. We made it safely. With a lot of things that tried slowing us down, but we made it. It feels amazing to unhook the boat and be finished with this trip.
In 4 days, the trucker will be heading back to the West Coast on another mission. Now, he has to go home alone in his precious truck to Minnesota, over 3,000 kilometers away. Jat Prabhyot Singh, the trucker from Punjab, wakes up in his truck in the middle of the Arizona desert. But his heart remains in India. To start the day, a traditional tea made of milk and spices. Jat left India at the age of 19, when his father decided to bring him to the United States to try his luck. But a heart attack took his life 2 years after their arrival. Barely out of his teens, Jat finds himself alone, far from his brothers and sisters and his mother.
जी मम्मा सत श्री अकाल जी ठीक ठाक तुसीं सुनाओ कहंदी ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਮੇਰੇ ਤੇ ਮਾਣ ਆ
ਹਾਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਪ੍ਰਾਊਡ ਆਫ ਮਾਈ ਸਨ
Thanks to his work as a truck driver, Jat is now the breadwinner for the whole family. But the distance is hard to deal with.
Okay, bye. Good night. I love you.
Good night, Mama. I love you too. I'm missing my mom. I can try to be as strong as I can, but you know, there's a point in the breaking point. So it gets there. It gets you. If I don't stay strong, and she's gonna start crying. You know, so I have to make her feel I'm safe, I'm happy, and I'm strong, and that's way she feels strong as well.
But the sacrifice is worth it. In India, the average salary is $371 per month. In one day, Jat can earn 5 times that here. The end of the journey in the middle of nowhere. This desert has been transformed into a gigantic agricultural plantation.
How you doing, boss?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Good. How you doing, sir?
All right.
Where the pistachios
They're
are
going to
go?
go to Europe.
Europe?
They'll go to Europe. Some will be here in the States, but most of it will be going overseas.
Are any of those pistachios are going back to India?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they do have a market for India.
Okay.
An international operation made possible thanks to the work of the truckers who have been transporting plants and parts of the irrigation system for weeks.
Mission accomplished, yes.
In 10 years, Jat, the Punjabi, who started from nothing, has made his mark on the American transport business, a success he's proud of. In Bakersfield.
Everybody outside? Okay. Let's go.
It's parade day. Jat has gathered his group of friends, all from Punjab and all truck owners like him. Each of these truckers earn between $8,000 and $15,000 a month. These trucks have become a symbol of their wealth.
It's 375X, 2005, with the twin turbo cat.
Okay.
It looks nice.
So you did a bunch of upgrades to your truck. The headlights look different too.
Yeah, I like your headlights too.
Thank you.
And in true Punjabi tradition, they don't hold back in customizing them.
Yeah, they're really loud. I don't use them much. It's just for the looks, good looks, you know.
It looks good.
Yeah. Okay,
let's hear your horn.
Okay, I'm gonna count to 3 and I'll do it. 1.
Oh shit! That's too loud. Too loud, man. Is it even legal?
I'm not sure.
In a few years, these Indians have adopted the American codes of alcohol and barbecue parties. When they left India, they were all looking for a better standard of living. In the United States, they found much more than that.
That's the American dream. So if you work hard here, you'll make it for sure.
Yes, I can call America home now. If I go to India, I'm just visiting there. When I come here, this is home. And I'm pretty happy this is my home.
The first generation to lead the way.
Happy birthday to me!
Today, in the face of the labor shortage that is hitting the profession, they are a part of the future of trucking, made in the USA. Of the 3 million truckers in America, 20% are already Indian.